I guess long term, as you and Puff have this amazing relationship that's withstood all the rumors and all the negative energy. Everybody always wants to put their own terms of a relationship on other people. When is he gonna marry you? When is this gonna happen? Nowadays with somebody like Puff, who
you don't know about this because it's been hidden. All this shit's fake. Everything's been hidden. Everything that you know is a lie.
I remember I told you this. Puff Daddy somewhere on himself right now.
Oh, that's why he's been giving. He probably knew about this coming. He knew this coming probably.
If he got out once, what you think he gonna do on who he feel, then left him for dead, ain't never acknowledged.
Diddy made a lot of people mad and upset. He may be losing some of his power.
The media is calling it a sex trafficking case, but what if this is something else? What if this is about revenge, race, and regret? An 11-year relationship ends, and years later, it becomes a courtroom spectacle. This ain't just a trial, this is a test of what happens when love turns lethal in the court of public opinion. Welcome to Rank Mogul, and this is the real breakdown of the Diddy trial. Let's start here. Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs dated from 2007 to 2018. That's 11 years. 11 years of lavish gifts, private jets, red carpets. But no marriage, no kids, and no ring. Now, let me ask you, if you're with a billionaire for over a decade and walk away with no legal attachment, wouldn't you be tight too? And then, out of nowhere enter young Miami, city girl certified, steps in as the new main girl.
Take a shower. If you like golden shower, I do golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, he on you everywhere. You like it? I just like it.
Now she's the one flying private. She's the one on stage. And what does she do? She hops on her own show, Kersha Please, and casually says she likes golden showers. Sound familiar? That exact detail lined up with what Cassie testified to just this week in federal court. Coincidence? Or confirmation? Now, was the relationship toxic? Probably. Diddy is known for controlling behavior. Was it glamorous? Without question. But was it criminal? That's what the jury is here to decide, not Twitter. Here's the real question no one wants to ask. Was Cassie hurt? Or hell-bent on revenge? She got a $30 million settlement just last year, but now, she's back in court. Not for money, but for blood. And timing is everything. Right as lawsuits were stacking against Diddy from other accusers, boom, she comes forward, detailed, strategic, and with stories that connect directly to the new headlines. In her testimony, Cassie says Diddy taught her how to perform oral sex. But here's where the truth starts to get sticky. Me and You wasn't just a vibe, it was a metaphor. That track? It was about fellatio. Ask any R&B head or look at the lyrics. She wasn't shy, she wasn't new to it, she was lyrically celebrating it. That was 2006. And let's not forget, before Diddy, she was with Ryan Leslie. Her producer. Her mentor. Her older man. 8 years her senior. She was barely legal, some say not even yet. But where was the outrage then? So let me get this straight. You sing about giving head before Diddy, date your older producer at 16, but then tell the court that years later, Diddy corrupted you?
She belongs to the streets.
That's not victimhood. That's revisionist history. Cassie wants to be innocent in the courtroom, but sensual in the studio? You can't play both sides of the mirror. And that's the real problem when contradictions get treated like confessions. Because when the timeline don't match the testimony, it ain't justice. It's just a setup. Coming up next, are we watching a criminal takedown or the modern-day lynching of a powerful black man by way of salacious storytelling? And how does the Mann Act, the law used to destroy Jack Johnson over 100 years ago, fit into all this? You want to talk law? Then let's talk history. The Mann Act. Passed in 1910. On paper, it's about preventing interstate sex trafficking. But in practice, it's a racial landmine. A tool used to destroy powerful black men who had the audacity to love or lust across color lines. Jack Johnson, first black heavyweight champion, beat white men in the ring, then dated their daughters. What did the government do? They hit him with the Mann Act. Said he transported a white woman across state lines for immoral purposes. They couldn't beat him in the ring, so they used the law. Now fast forward to 2024. Diddy's not accused of rape. He's not accused of holding women hostage. He's accused of crossing state lines with women. Who flew private, wore designer, and smiled on red carpets. That ain't trafficking. That's Tuesday in the music industry. But now, prosecutors dust off a 100-year-old playbook to try and bury a hip-hop mogul under legal semantics. You want real talk? Here it is: if Diddy's guilty of real crimes, let him face them. But don't tell us that luxury lifestyles and jet setting with your partner suddenly becomes trafficking when the relationship ends. This ain't about justice, it's about optics. It's about narrative. And that's where the media comes in. Since the Cassie suit dropped, the floodgates opened. Media outlets salivating. Not one conviction. Not even one indictment. But already they calling him a predator. That ain't journalism. That's execution by clickbait. And here's the kicker: none of this would have ever hit the courtroom if Cassie didn't settle and then double back. So now we ask, is this a movement? Or a media circus? Coming up, we break down the real power struggle behind the scenes. Is this about justice? Or who gets to rewrite history? The house that bad boy built is crumbling, but who's holding the sledgehammer? This ain't just about Cassie. Or lawsuits. Or gossip. This is about legacy. And right now Diddy's is in flames. Sean Combs built an empire. Bad Boy. Ciroc. Revolt. Fashion lines. He went from Harlem hustler to billion-dollar boss. But here's the problem. In America, black excellence is never bulletproof. All it takes is one crack. And they'll tear down what they helped build. They're not just coming for Diddy the man. They're coming for Diddy the brand. And if you think this ends with a trial, think again. Companies distancing themselves. Friends going silent. Former employees suddenly speaking out. The domino effect is real and it's intentional. Let's make this plain. When a white mogul falls, we call it scandal. When a black mogul falls, we call it culture collapse. Why? Because they don't just question your business, they question your humanity. Now I'm not saying Diddy is innocent. I'm saying we need to ask why so many powerful black men fall the same way. Public shame. Lawsuits. Career exodus. Then silence. You want to cancel Diddy? Fine. But cancel the industry too. Because he didn't move in isolation, he moved in a system that applauded him for decades. And now that the tides are turning, they want to pretend they were never at the party. This ain't just a trial. It's a referendum on power, perception, and the price of being at the top. But what if Diddy's not falling? What if he's being pushed? By now, we've all seen the playbook. It starts with sex. Then comes shame. Then comes the silence. Then they strip the legacy bare. We gotta talk. Because this isn't isolated. This is industrial. Same allegations. Same headlines. Same lawyer. Coney Buzbee. First Deshaun Watson. Now Shannon Sharpe. Then Jay-Z. Let's be crystal, nobody is above the law. But if the law keeps being used as a weapon, we better ask, who's holding the trigger? You ever notice how the fall of elite black men always starts with a woman, and ends with a legacy burned to the ground? Sex sells. But sex also destroys when it's weaponized. And the media? They don't report the fire. They fan it. America loves a black king. Until he's too powerful to control. Then they don't just cancel you. They castrate you in public, with a press release and a smiling lawyer. Powerful black men don't fall by accident. They fall by design. And the blueprint? Is older than Diddy, older than Cosby, older than all of us. Next episode, we dig deeper into the media industrial complex, the attorneys behind the allegations, and the billion-dollar question. What's the real currency in cancel culture?